Hello, my name is Sarah Josie, and I am a clinical herbalist and clinical nutritionist, and I am the owner of Golden Poppy Herbal Apothecary in Fort Collins, Colorado. Golden Poppy is an herb store and clinic that I started a little over 2 years ago with the intention of bringing the world of natural health to the community of Fort Collins. I started off when I was very young, pulling plants out of my garden and mixing them up into pots and trying to get my family members to eat them, thinking it was going to cure all of their ills. And as I grew up, I found myself headed down the road towards naturopathic school, and at some point took a small detour and ended up in herb school, which is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The program that I went through was really clinically focused on herbal medicine and a very strong nutrition emphasis as well, and I ended up leaving with a certificate in clinical herbalism and clinical nutrition. And the entire time that I was in herb school, I just kept thinking to myself, there's nowhere in Fort Collins for people to go and buy herbs. And if I wanted to go and buy herbs, I know there's other people in Fort Collins who would have wanted to buy herbs, so I should probably go back to Fort Collins and open an herb store. So that's exactly what I did. I'm really passionate about natural health and helping people find their way back to health through natural means, like changing their diet and focusing on their stress and their sleep habits and using herbs for problems that they may be experiencing instead of medications that are probably going to cause more problems. And I really feel like it's everyone's right on this planet to live a healthy and happy life. You know, you're supposed to be healthy. You're not supposed to be sick. And I feel like our society has trended in this direction of just expecting everybody to be sick all the time and coming up with more and more, drugs and surgeries and things like that to fix people being sick, when really what we need to be doing is figuring out how to get back to our baseline state, which is health. Our bodies are meant to be healthy. That's what they want to do, is be healthy so that they can perform all the functions they're supposed to perform, and you can live your life on this planet and do the things that you want to do and be happy and enjoy your time here. And I really feel like that people deserve to be that way, and it's my passion and my goal in life to help people get there, to educate them on ways to get there, and be a resource in my community for people to find out about natural methods and natural alternatives and natural ways to just be healthy. I started the store with the intention of kind of opening people's eyes to the world of natural health. So many people don't have any idea what an herbalist is. People know probably what a nutritionist is, but, they don't necessarily think they would need to come see a nutritionist unless a doctor told them to. They don't necessarily know what they would want to come talk to me about. And so I started the herb store to basically be a way to say, hey, look at all these cool things that you can use and you can do, and you can help yourself. And once people walk in the door and are like, oh, I didn't know I could, use an herb for that. Like, I experienced that. I should try this herb. And then it just kind of opens the door for people to say, oh, well, what else can I do? What other natural things can I use to help help out my health problems? And it's been an amazing tool, an educational tool for the people in Fort Collins. And we're still growing, and people are finding us all the time. But it's definitely hard. I started it myself, and no help from anyone but my husband, and it's been quite the journey, but it's something that I've known that people here wanted, and so far the store's plugging along really nicely, and people are still finding us all the time. But what I really want to do beyond the store is get in deep with people. I you know, people come in and talk to me about their sleeping issues, their digestive issues, and, you know, sometimes when I can tell that they have more intense issues than just like, oh, here's our tummy tea or here's our bedtime tea, you know, I'll say, hey, I think maybe you should consider scheduling a consultation so we can really talk about some of these issues. And, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And when it does, it's amazing when I get to sit down with someone and work on their health problems and talk to them about their digestive problems and how that's playing a role in their hormonal problems and how it's playing a role in their sleeping problems and their blood disorders and all sorts of things like that. It can be amazing the things that change when people start working with me. And that's all I want to do is work with more people and help more people so that they can see what's possible for them, like what it's like to live a healthy and happy life and not feel terrible all the time, and to see what's possible without relying on medications that make you sicker and doctors and, you know, expensive things that aren't necessarily going to help. And part of why I think I'm so interested in being a part of the Practitioner Liberation Project is that one of the things that I really struggle with is, you know, flow and practice management and how to do all of that stuff. You know, I'm an herbalist and a nutritionist, and I know how to work with people, and I've kind of taught myself marketing, but I'm not the best at it. And, you know, there's no training programs for herbalists and nutritionists and how to set up their practice and how to manage patient flows and, you know, all those other things that go along with it, all the stuff that you guys are going to be teaching. And that's really where I feel like sometimes I struggle and get lost, is just making sure that I'm keeping track of people the way they need to be kept track of. And it gets, you know, hard and tricky between running a store and keeping track of my clients and all of these other things. And I feel like if I had methods that I knew were going to work so that I could just keep everything streamlined, I would be able to more effectively help all of the people that walk through my door. So that's my why, and that's why I think you should pick me for your scholarship to the Practitioner Liberation Front. Thanks for taking the time, and thank you for putting together this program. I guess I'll talk to you soon.